Hello and welcome to Sheila Lives Out Loud. I'm Sheila Mwaniga and I'm thrilled you found this channel. Please click subscribe and hit notifications so you never miss an episode when we upload. If you're new to the channel, please check out the videos, drop me a comment, say something to me. It's always great to hear from you. Now, while the new year settles and a new decade begins, I want to share a trip with you to an amazing destination that's marking not just a new year and a new decade, but a new century. Last year, Cotys safaris celebrated their centennial anniversary, and the journey to another 100 years has begun. In this episode, we take off to the Masai Mara with Louis XIII, the luxury cognac by Remy Martin. Cotys Safaris is one of the oldest safari companies in Africa, and it has been passed on from one generation to another. From offering big game hunting and cinematography back in 1919, Cotys has since transitioned to an experiential high-end safari destination, championing for conservation not just for the enjoyment of a few, but especially the communities with about 6,000 members who have a fair share in the ownership of the conservancy and the revenues generated. Initiatives at Cotys range from the construction of schools, bursaries, medical services, and the training of female safari guides, whose training is currently being watched over by several Gold Star guides in residence at Cotys. Our journey started with a 50-minute plane ride from Wilson Airport. We landed in the lush plains of the Masai Mara, surrounded by beautiful bursting blue skies. The welcoming team from Cotys came stocked with refreshing cocktails and bitings that we were all very happy to enjoy before driving to the camp.
Let's go!
This was no ordinary drive, and it was absolutely magical riding in a classic 1930s Rolls-Royce, affectionately named Dugu Dugu. Dugu Dugu's been around a while, and for one brief moment, I felt transported back to the era of the romance and adventure of safari. All too soon, we approached the award-winning Cottar'S 1920’s Safari Camp. It is located in an exclusive vantage area 1 kilometer from the famous 7th natural wonder of the world, the Masai Mara in Kenya, and the Serengeti Game Reserve in Tanzania. A stay at Cottar'S 1920 Safari Camp offers guests the very rare and unique experience of stepping back in time to a bygone era of the original spirit and essence of safari, with incredible standards of privacy, luxury, and excellent guiding within its own 7,608-acre private conservancy. The elegant camp has hosted some of the world's royal families, A-list celebrities, and global CEOs. With several room options with simple and lavish creature comforts, including luxury tents, special honeymoon tents, a luxury family suite, and the magnificent Cottar'S Bush Villa. For the exclusive Louis XIII experience, we were hosted by Calvin Cotter at the Cottar'S Bush Villa, which won the World Travel Award for Africa's leading luxury private villa in 2016. In 2017, the Cottar'S Bush Villa won an award from the Boutique Hotels Awards for Africa's most sustainable hotel. The Cottar'S Bush Villa provides a luxury private stay option, comfortably housing up to 10 guests with its very own private 25-meter swimming pool. It also has a deck looking out to a perfect spot for rest, relaxation, and total awe. Once we were settled, it was time to step out to enjoy cocktails while watching the sunset over the majestic Mara, with presentations by Remy Martin brand ambassador Michael Bonamy on the Remy Martin 1738 brand and how best to enjoy it. That was followed by song and dance by the fireside with Maasai Marans and a hearty dinner under the starry skies. The following morning, bright and early and right before the crack of dawn, we were all out and about, ready to experience the wonder that is the Masai Mara. As Kenyans, we've really been blessed to live in Kenya, to have access to these beautiful, wonderful spaces. And as I reflected on our national heritage, I couldn't help but think about the conversation that I'd had earlier with Calvin Cotter on just how far Cotys has come over the past 100 years. Calvin offered insights on the new global standard and how Cottar's unique model of conservation demonstrates their ability and commitment to sustainability through conservation. From offering big game hunting and cinematography back in 1919, Cotys Camp has since transitioned to an experiential, high-end safari destination championing for conservation of not just the wildlife, but the wilderness too. Their model is pillared on conservation, community, culture, and commerce, the 4 C's. Securing of the land is not just for the enjoyment of a few, but the communities that also have a fair share in the conservancy and the revenues generated from it. In working with the community to preserve their culture, generate revenue, and working together to preserve the wilderness and the wildlife, Cotys Camp is making strides and adapting with changing times, while at the same time preserving some of the most picturesque spaces in the world. There was so much to see and enjoy, from the rolling landscapes to the lions, elephants, buffalo, even a leopard hiding up in a tree, and lots of beautiful blue skies. The game drive was really such good fun, and after a short coffee break to warm up from the chilly early morning temperatures, we enjoyed breakfast in the bush, and that was delicious. I don't know why time flies so quickly when you're having so much fun, but soon it was back to the villa to freshen up for more insights on the Cottar'S Wildlife Conservancy Trust with a visit to the Cottar'S Fly Camp. The Cottar'S Fly Camp is a simple canvas camp with a few double-layered cream canvas tents, and it echoes the simple offering of the original safaris. While at the Cottar'S Fly Camp, we also enjoyed a Cointreau bush lunch within the conservancy, where I think I made a new friend. After leaving Cottar'S Fly Camp and making our way back to the villa again, I realized that I had a little bit of time to myself, so I enjoyed watching the sun set from the private pool at the Bush Villa before sprucing up for a glorious treat. Once the sun had set and it was time to meet again, we gathered for the Louis XIII pairing dinner hosted by Louis XIII's private client director Jörg Pfützner and Calvin Cotter over a sumptuous, delicious dinner with the very finest of everything, from the location, the company, the food, the conversation, and yes, the drinks. Oh, what a fantastic way to wind up dinner with a Louis XIII toast. With up to 1,200 eau de vie, which is a French term meaning water of life, and that refers to the colorless brandy that's been made by fermentation of wine and thereafter the double distillation in copper pots of the same. This blend is exclusively sourced from Grand Champagne in France and the first cru of the Cognac region. Truly, Louis XIII is a fragrance, the fragrance of time. And I think while we were at Cottar'S Camp, we all got to taste 100 years of excellence. What an incredible, wonderful, amazing, and memorable evening that was, and what a grand experience too. So here's to this year. Here's to the next decade, and indeed, here's to the next 100 years. Thank you so much for hosting us, Cotys. Thank you so much, Louis XIII, for that experience. And thank you to you for watching this episode. Please drop me a comment in the comment section. And don't forget, we're counting down to season 8 of Sheila Lives Out Loud. If you'd like to sit down with me and chat about your life story, because it's got something beautiful, it's got something about living, loving, and growing, get in touch with me. Send me a message on any of my social media handles or send me an email to sheila@brembesha.co.ke. Until the next episode, live out loud in all that you do. Thanks for watching.